culture and tradition in particular. So today we want to talk about Ifa. What is Ifa? What are Odu Ifa? What do they entail? What's the relationship between Ifa and Orunmila? So many other questions. I hope you enjoy this session. So, what really is Ifa? There are several definitions to what Ifa is, but what really is Ifa? Some people, when they see Okpele, so when they see Ikin, when they see the Okon Ifa, and so many other tools of definitions, they feel they are saying Ifa. Okay, then what really is Ifa? Ifa is Ohun Olodumare. Ohun Olodumare. And who is the person that heard this Ohun Olodumare? It was Orunmila, Baba Agbonirigun. He always hear this Ohun Olodumare and he always documents it and he encodes it in Odu Ifa, in verses and all. And he passed this knowledge down to his children, his students that we call Omawo or Homo Ikofa. And that is what we still call student of Ifa till today. So when this knowledge is now passed down, how then is it accessed? How then is it accessed after Orunmila left? So even before Orunmila left, the Ohun Olodumare can be accessed through divination. And those are the things many people call Ifa. Those are not Ifa. Ikin-Ifa, Okpele, Okpon-Ifa, and so many other things. Those are tools of divinations or medium to access the Ohun Olodumare, which we call Ifa. So, what is Odu Ifa and what does he entails? Okay, Odu Ifa is the documentation of Ifa Olodumare. The relationship between Orunmila and Olodumare is devotees, first people that consulted Ifa or people that consulted Ifa during his time, and some great Ifa priests. So their knowledge, their experiences, their wisdom, all is documented in different Odu Ifa. And we have 256 Odu Ifa. We can just, although there is no clear demarcation between one Odu Ifa and the other, okay, but at the same time, we can just, for the sake of knowledge, we can group Ifa, Odu Ifa into two groups. We have the Ojuodu and Ese Akula. So there are many names for the Ese Akula. So it depends on the dialect, the house, and the faction, but they all mean the same thing. So which ones are the Ujuodu? The Ujuodu, they are Udu that have both, they have same Udu on both right and left side. So so as not to confuse you, let me try to explain it this way. Each Udu must have two sides because Ifa believes that Tibitere Olada Iliaye, so everything appears in pairs, so not as a single unit. So we have both the right, we have both the left. So the Ujudu, those ones, they are the first 16 houses. Some people call them houses, but I just prefer to call them Uduifa. So the first 16 Uduifa, so I'll just mention them now. We have Ejiogbe, Eji, Ogbe. You see, Eji means two, Ogbe is the name of the Udu. So which, when you check there, you see that we have Eji Ogbe, Ogbe on the right, Ogbe on the left. So that is what makes Ojuodu. Ojuodu has same thing on the right, same thing on the left. So Oyakumeji is also another example. Ìwòrì méjì, òdì méjì, ìrósùn méjì, ọ̀wọ́nrín méjì, ọ̀bàrà méjì, ọ̀kànràn méjì, ògúndá méjì, ọ̀sà méjì, ìká méjì, òtúrúpọ̀n méjì, òtùá méjì, ìrẹtẹ̀ méjì, ọ̀sẹ́ méjì, and òfún méjì, which happens to be the number 16th. So, if you can remember well, I said there are 256 Oduifa. So I just mentioned 16 out of 256. So we have 240 left. So out of these 16 Oduifa, they are now combined and recombined to form 240 derives Odo, which I called Esiapula. So now if we combine one Ogbe with one Oyeku, then we are going to have Ogbe Oyeku, which is the number 17th. We are going to, the next one will be Ogbe Iwuri. The next one will be Ogbe Odi, Ogbe Irosun, Ogbe Omorin, Ogbe Obara, Ogbe Okoran, Ogbe Ogunda, Ogbe Osa, Ogbe Ika, Ogbe Oturupon, Ogbe Irete, Ogbe Ose, and Ogbe Ofun. Notice that these combinations happen 15 times, not 16 times, because you cannot multiply yourself by yourself. You are just going to get the same result. What I'm saying in essence is if we have Ogbe combined with Ogbe, we are going back to AG Ogbe. So we want to form something different, something special apart from what we already had. So definitely it will be Ogbe with some other Ogbe that are not some other Ogbe apart from Ogbe. So that means we are going to have 16 in 16 places. That will make us have 256. If we have 16 in 15 places, that will make us have 240. So that is how we are going to combine. So that is how we are going to combine each and every Odo by their sequence. What I mean by their sequence is, we have the first one being Ejiogbe or Yokumeji Iwolmeji, having number 1 to 16. That is how you combine them by their sequence, by their order. This is how Omo Ikofa, this is how they learn Odu Ifa from the first Odu to the second one and to the very last Odu, which is the 256 Ofun Ose. So this is how we keep combining them. Back to what the Odu Ifa entails. What do they contain? Okay, everything I just said now just appear as a label, as an identity. Then what does it identify? What is it pointing at? In each Odu Ifa, we now have several Eseifa that talks about each Odu. For example, we have Obiregeji Awo Ẹ̀bá Ọ̀nà, Adífá fún àwa ń bẹ tí í ṣe ọmọ bíbí inú Àgbọnnìrègbó, àwa ń bẹ irú àwa ń bẹ nílé ayé, Ifá kò ní parun. This particular Eseifa that I just cited now or just chanted now is taken from Ejiogbe. So just as I chanted this, we have it in every other Odifa also. We have them like that in Ojogbe, we have them like that in Oyokumeji, we have them like that in Iwomeji, we have them like that in Erosunmeji, we have them like that in Owanrimeji, Obarameji, and even in Esiapola, like Ogbe Oyeku, Ogbe Iwuri, Ogbe Odi, Ogbe Obara, Okoran Iwuri, Ogunda Ose, Ikagunda, Ogunda Ika, and so on. So that is how it is in the house of Ikoifa. So now the job of Omo Ikofa is to learn Eseifa of all these Odo in the sequential order. So what I'm saying is you learn Ejiogbe, you learn Oyokumeji, you learn Iworemeji, you learn Odimeji, and so on until you learn different Eseifa, as many as possible from the whole 256. So after learning this, that is a part of what we learn in Ile-Ifa. Apart from learning Odu Ifa, there are so many other things you learn in the temple of Ifa. You learn Iwa Pele, you learn Iwa Ibara-Enishe, you learn Ato. Ato is program, structure of how things are done. You learn so many other things. You learn rituals, how rituals are being performed. I hope you understand the meaning of what I call rituals. Ritual is how you combine leaves, herbs, animal for venerations, for offerings, for ceremonies and all. And we have many ceremonies in Ifa temple. we have initiation ceremony, we have Ifa consecration ceremonies, we have Ifa festival ceremonies, we have naming ceremonies, how to perform all of these things. These are what we call rituals. So it does not necessarily mean the ritual